Managing the chaos. It is so busy. Spring is sprung. The weather is sunny today, and people are calling. Estimates are being scheduled at a fast pace, and we can't keep up right now. How do you manage the chaos? A couple tips from myself and the other coaches as we had a meeting this morning, and I wanted to share them with you. I'm Ron Ramsden, DYB Coach, also painting contractor, so I feel your pain, especially with this subject. It's spring right now in New England. We're still catching up on a couple homes we had last year. It's actually a rainy spring right now. We might have one nice day, but it's preceded by 3 rainy days, which pretty much eliminates any kind of work outside. In fact, as I record this, it's getting a little past mid-May, and we've only completed one small house outside. That is not good. But what do you do? How do you control the chaos of all these estimates coming in? Homeowners wanting stuff done yesterday, scheduled out 2-3 months. I've actually talked to a contractor the other day who's scheduled into October for his exteriors. He has some other opportunities to add other crews and such, but what do you do? Well, how do you keep the people that have accepted your estimates at bay? Well, first of all, let's start right away. If you're going to take the time to go out on an estimate, if you can't deliver it on the spot, promise them and promise yourself that you will get to them the next day. You have to carve out some time before work. I know you're gonna have to get up early. Oh no, but this is for your business. This is for your livelihood. Write that estimate and write on it, as promised, please find the attached estimate. That's if you're not doing it on site. Or if they're expecting it, say, I'll get it to you by tomorrow night, and they get it the next morning, man, they're surprised, and they love you already. They might not love your price, but they're gonna love you. Secondly, with the chaos, how many estimates can you go on? Well, you gotta have that pre-qualifying phone call. Even if they schedule it on You Can Book Me or one of the other Acuity, you have to have that pre-qualifying phone call. You know, if it's talking about they want it done in ASAP or they want it done in June and you're fully booked into June, you're at the end of July, why go on that estimate if there's a reason why they need to have it on June? Pick up the phone. I know we have some people who say, I need it done ASAP. Well, I usually reach out to them and say, our ASAP is right now, it's August 1st. Does that work for you? And some people say, well, yeah, I didn't know what else to write, and I just want to make sure it gets done this summer. I want to get it done before the snow flies. So ASAP sometimes is just something they don't know what else to put on there. So you have to look at that, make that phone call. Secondly, if it's something you don't know if you can fit in, you can ask about a budget. There's a great time that say, well, you have a Cape style home. The pricing for the Capes usually run around $6,500 to $8,000. Is that something you were thinking about? And they go, whoa, no, I thought it was going to be $4,000. That's double what it was 15 years ago. Well, yeah, but you don't have to get into that conversation. Well, that's what they're going for with my company these days. You might have just saved yourself an hour and a half of going out there, providing an estimate, and that's an hour and a half you can spend doing something else. If you're still in the field, maybe you can swing a brush for another hour and a half, produce some money, or you can schedule something that's actually going to make money if you're out of the bucket right now. How do you schedule all this? Well, you know, with the coaches meeting we had today, we talked about leaving a little space. If you're running multiple crews, it's nice to have that 1 week that's in the middle. Maybe it's 3 weeks away that you have one crew that's not scheduled. And just in case that emergency cream of the crop, a project that you can actually charge a premium for, you can fit them in. If you can show that customer, listen, we're all booked, but this 1 week, I can squeeze you in. Here's the estimate. Does that work for you? If they think it's too expensive, they're going to say no anyways. If they need it done, you just fill that week or how many days it is. Secondly, because customers get antsy, they want their projects done. You might have looked at their project in May and scheduled them in June. It's rained for 3 weeks. Well, you know something? 2 days after it stopped raining, they forgot it stopped raining. They don't even remember it rained, but you do. So what you have to do, carve out a little half hour of one morning before you go to work, grab your cup of coffee, whatever you drink first thing in the morning, sit down, write an email, and then BCC it, blind copy it to all the projects you have scheduled. Just wanted to let you know we are on time for our projects for all the homes. Or you can actually say, with the 3 days of rain last week, we are now 3 days behind. I just wanted to give you a heads up. So your project will be pushed out a couple days. If you do this once a week, they're not going to be shocked. They've already given you a deposit. They're wondering where you went if you don't return any of these phone calls. So that little space to maybe fill in a priority job, a cream of the crop job, staying in touch with the customers. And what I did a couple years ago seemed to be a hit with my customers. It had rained out forever. It just seemed like it was weeks of rain, and if it didn't rain, it was cloudy and damp. I went outside with an umbrella and videotaped myself and said, if you think we're going to be over soon, we're not. And if we have a deck scheduled and it stops raining, we cannot be there the next day. These decks have to dry out. And we explained. I emailed that to everybody, and then I threw it on my social media feeds. And the response from scheduled people was, say, I know. They were actually felt sorry for us because we couldn't be outside. Instead of having them being put in the dock, they felt bad for us. Anyways, I hope some of this helped. I'd love for you to share what you do for your schedule when it gets crazy. You can always add other crews and things like that, but this just wanted to get to if you're not adding a crew and such. So reach out to me at ron@dybcoach.com. That's dybcoach.com. I'd love to chat with you. Find me on Facebook. Send me a message. We can set up a time to either have a phone call, maybe have a Zoom meeting or something, and we can work through any kind of questions you have. So anyways, enjoy the day. Today is a beautiful day. I hope you're having a great one. Bye.